Agent Provocateur, not the sexy underwear brand promoted by the lovely Kylie Minogue. I'm talking about our Prime Minister, Sir Keir, Firestarter, Starmer. He obviously works for the government. Go and look what an agent provocateur is. I've seen him before in action during the miners' strike. Police dressed as miners going onto the picket lines, causing trouble. Firestarter, his speech, it inflamed the situation. How embarrassing. Politicians must be sat behind cushions on their settee watching that speech. Totally ignored everything that's going on. Continued with this far-right narrative, i.e. the British people. The British people. People are condemning the violence and destruction. Sadly, pack mentality is a very real thing. People are beyond angry. This isn't just about the kids who were slaughtered in Southport. This has been going on for years. 2 years ago we saw this in France. Mass immigration, violence, riots. People were saying we don't want that here. I'll get to the police in a minute. Other countries, an American politician was talking about the first Islamic State to get nuclear weapons. Maybe Pakistan, maybe Iran. No, the UK. People started laughing. The UK. It's Great Britain, not the United Kingdom. We had a vote to leave that someone, again, appears to be ignoring. Keir Starmer, what are you doing? What are you doing? Talk about inciting people. It was embarrassing. The most embarrassing speech I've ever seen by a politician. Now let's get on to the police. So there's a couple of police I really want to thank. But firstly, there's a sergeant started appearing on TV now. I like him. He's a man of integrity. Probably the sort that give you a clip if you were misbehaving. Oh, how we would frown on that. He talks about his colleagues on the ground. They're not making the decisions. They're following orders. They don't make the policies. There's two coppers I really want to thank. Firstly, almost everywhere is the guy picked out of the crowd by the coppers in London. He offers no resistance. There's one copper, male or female, I'm not sure, short, dumpy, with a massive chip on the shoulder, punch to the face. Then another punch, and as he goes down, sticks the boot in, or rather the knee. That's someone not offering any resistance. You have just thrown thousands of your mates under the bus, because people will remember that this weekend. Because whatever people are saying, remain calm, don't go out, it's going to happen. It was kicking off last night in Sunderland. Fires, a police station on fire. Mob violence. There's going to be the youths of this country who are pissed. Nothing to look forward to. When Mark Duggan was killed, I remember the riots. I remember Manchester. I remember about 200 Salford lads terrorised the Manchester Met Police. Put the new police station under siege. They were powerless to do anything. The other copper I'd like to thank for throwing your mates under the bus. He was quickly pulled out of the way with colleagues, but the damage was done. Going on about pay slips. Thanks for my pay rise. I'm going to be earning this much money. You pathetic prick. On camera, bragging. Again, going back to the miners' strike, I had a neighbour who was a copper in the pub waving pay slips and the like. He'd come back to haunt him, calm as a bitch. So them two coppers thrown their colleagues, thousands of colleagues, who were just following policies under the bus. People will remember it. Plucking Joe Public, pulling him into a crowd, bashing him in the face, kneeing him as he goes down. And the wage slip, the money you're going to be making. So Keir Starmer, it's going now. It really is going. Apology anytime soon? Do you think you're going to control this? This is just one side of what's happening right now. Because they're going to start fleecing us. Money-wise, tax-wise, sneaky-wise. They're on about council tax. They're going to change the way it works. So my house, my council tax, will be 0.5% of the value of my house. As the value of my house goes up, my council tax will go up. There'll be no bans now. But here's the thing, 0.5%, 0.5% seems like nothing. My council tax will be round about the same. But if they bring it in and next year they raise your council tax by 0.1%, only 0.1, so it goes from 0.5 to 0.6, realistically, that means my council tax is going up by 19.99% reoccurring, a fifth, 20% almost. We're going to get fleeced. And then the elephant in the room. The crowd in London chanting, infuriated. Where the fuck were you in Leeds? Again, those who aren't aware, Hare Hills, big Roma community, allowed to riot and protest with no police presence. They saw their ass, got run out of town, but they didn't go back with more troops. They just didn't go back. Hours and hours, no police. London, British public, anywhere British public, get the shields out, get the helmets out. Yeah? Sir Keir, Firestarter, Starmer, agent provocateur. You've opened a massive can of worms, you mate. I have no love for any politicians. The Conservatives were wet lettuces by comparison. Fools. You know, not hated, just fools. Not doing a good job. Not supporting the British public. You have inflamed the situation. Pouring petrol on a fire, that's what you've done. And the credible people sat alongside you in Parliament are just as bad. So keep pushing the far right, all you media outlets, keep pushing the far right narrative. It's the British public. There's millions of them. You've started something now. And like I say, people get a bit wise and they really want to protest. Let's do it like the train drivers. Because when they went on strike, one day it'd be the signalmen, then the drivers, then something else. Yeah? So the system couldn't work because one part of it was missing. That way, they could have 7 days disruption, but each individual department only lost 1 day's pay. Imagine all the wagon drivers, just for 1 day, don't go into work, they're sick. All the supermarket employees don't go into work 1 day, they're sick. I won't want to put anyone at risk. I won't want all the doctors and nurses to come out, although some of them have done that. That's another story. My friend, a nurse of 35 years, never left anyone's side to go on a picket line. People now, they don't seem to be made of sterner stuff. They don't give a fuck. So it's going to go off. It went off in Sunderland last night. Fires, police station on fire. People turning up at a mosque. Again, this is on your toes. The Labour Party, on the whole, are looking after their voters. Big groups. Yeah? Multiculturalism, third world violence, conflict and religion. Been rammed down our throats and people have lost their shit. Just gonna leave it there, guys. God bless you all. Me, there are peaceful ways to protest. Sadly, I feel it's gone too far. And you, the Prime Minister, speaking, addressing the British public. What an absolute joke. God bless you all again. Thanks for coming, Al City.
In the shadows they reside, secrets etched in stone, echoes of forgotten cries. Behind these walls alone, behind the walls where darkness thrives.